Hey, what's going on YouTube? And welcome back to Sense of South Jersey with me, Kellen, for another fragrance review. Today we have a very special fragrance review. I'd like to give a big shout out to Dan Naughton, otherwise known as the legendary Mr. Smelly, and the team over at Naughton Wilson for sending me this bottle of Old Money. So we're going to review Old Money today. This is the newest release from the house of Naughton Wilson, and we'll break it down as we usually do, talking about its presentation, its notes, its performance, and then my thoughts on the fragrance. Before we jump into the video, if it's your first time here, make sure to go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Check out my Instagram page, Sense of South Jersey, as a way to contact me or view photos of fragrances from my collection and see when the next video is going to drop. If you're interested in purchasing any fragrances or any fragrance-related items from my collection directly from me that you've seen either on my channel or on my Instagram, go check out my Mercari page. The link is in the description below. Obviously, offers are welcome. Feel free to reach out to me on there as well too. Guys, this is really cool, and again, very excited to be able to review one of these. So thank you again, Dan. Let's jump right into it and check out Old Money by Naughton Wilson. Okay, guys, let's take a look at the presentation. All of the Naughton Wilson fragrances come in a two-part box. First with a logoed slipcover. Here you can see it's got like these baby blue and off-white stripes on it. The gold Naughton Wilson crest or coat of arms. Really beautiful lettering, Old Money by Naughton Wilson. It's 100 ml or 3.4 ounce and made in England. And on the back, you have some more brand information as well. It slips right there. Now the box gives it much more protection. You can see there, Naughton Wilson, it's magnetic. It opens up there at the side, and then you get a little bit about the house here and the quality of ingredients that it uses. And then there's that sort of coffin insert where the bottle would sit right in, just as so. So really nice box. And you have the bottle here, really heavy bottle as usual. That amber gold beer colored juice, really heavy cap. Wouldn't pick it up by the cap though, it may fall. Yeah, I wouldn't slip it. You can see the details there, Naughton Wilson. It says it around. And you have a gold sprayer. Now, this is an excellent atomizer. Let's check that sprayer out here from all the way over here. Massive sprays, really, really nice. Great presentation for Old Money by Naughton Wilson. Okay, now the notes. The notes for this fragrance are vast. It's a long list. It's very reminiscent of things of the 70s and 80s and early 90s where there was just a boatload of notes. He's getting us back here in the States for the Declaration of Independence. In the top, we have maraschino cherry, clary sage, bitter orange, bergamot aldehydes, black pepper, cypress, galbanum, and juniper berries. And then in the heart of the fragrance, there's iris, bourbon whiskey, tobacco, carnation, cashmere wood, cedar, clove, dried fruits, geranium, and labdanum. And then in the base, finally, there's suede, oak, tonka, amber, moss, patchouli, vetiver, and musk. Now, obviously, there's no way I personally could pick out every single one of those notes, but I'll tell you what does stand out. In the top, that maraschino cherry is so distinct and so realistic smelling. It's very, very familiar to having drinks when I was a kid, to like drinking a soda or Shirley Temple or something like that, or getting it a cherry in an old-fashioned whiskey drink today. It's super realistic. And then I get that bitter orange, the sort of like orange rindy peel smell. But those are the two in the top and the opening that immediately stand out to me. As the fragrance develops a little bit more, the heart, I do get a little hint of sprinkling of tobacco in there. But what is most realistic, again, much like the maraschino cherries, is the dried fruits scent. That it's like I'm picking up an apricot right out of a Chex Mix. So unbelievable attention to detail with some of these notes, or at least that's what I can pick out. And then finally, as the fragrance dries down in the base, we're talking about the suede and the oak wood. I get that a lot. And then of course it sweetens up with a little bit of amber and patchouli. And then there's like a dusting of musk on top of it too. That's what stands out to me in that large amount of notes. So it may be different for each person. Again, fragrances are always going to be subjective, but I just loved how realistic some of them smelled. It was really nice to experience. Okay, so the performance for Old Money by Naughton Wilson, it's very, very good. And it's interesting because Old Money, you think subtle, not super loud. This is long lasting, but it's not in your face. The opening is a little strong, and that may be, you think it's gonna be a room filler, but the longer you have it on, the more it just becomes a nice scent that carries through the day, but is not going to be an overbearing beast mode in your face. And I would imagine that's what they were going for. But in terms of longevity, how it stayed with me, very good over a work day. And even when I was back home, I could still smell it on my skin and on my clothing. So for it to last on skin and clothes, a lot of fragrances can't really do that these days. So that just is a testament to its high quality ingredient, but I think it's a very, very good performance. Okay, guys, now it's time for my overall thoughts on Naughton Wilson's most new release, and that is Old Money. It's considered a woody aromatic. So, first things first, before I even got the fragrance, before he was kind enough to ship this to me, again, thank you, Dan, I saw the name, right? The name, in my opinion, is the most novelty style name of all of the Naughton Wilson fragrances. All of them, other fragrances, all the other ones, they had like more of a traditional name, like a name that fit the scent. This one, I think, is a testament to Dan's ability, John Stevens' ability, the team at Naughton Wilson, whoever's involved, to make a high quality fragrance that smells great, but also not take themselves too seriously. Like there's a little bit of humor in this name. It's a little bit, not show off, because that's sort of the opposite of Old Money, but it is in the same way, if you get my drift. It's like it insists upon itself, but at the same time, it doesn't. So I thought that was really cool, and I thought it was a funny name. But I didn't know how old money it was going to be, how old it was going to be. When I first got it, I'm like, oh God, is this going to spray and I'm going to smell like mid-1700s aristocracy, tea time, and intercontinental subjugation? Or is it going to be along the lines of a polo green? But then I thought, you know what? Polo is green, or polo for men is more of an American style Old Money, or as I used to call it, country club style fragrances. And this one I think is unique to maybe what the gentleman in England would consider a modern Old Money style scent, right? And like I mentioned before, when I was talking about the notes, it opens up with the sweet cherry, the maraschino cherry, and that reminds me of an old fashioned sort of a classy drink. It also has that citrus, and then you've got the other notes in the center, like the tobacco and the dried fruits. Again, those are so realistic smelling. It's so cool. It's literally art in a bottle when it comes to, the realisticness of the notes. Reminds me of how Tom Ford, I always say, or Creed's in the opening are very strong. They're very distinct. And then as it dries down, it calms down, and you get that nice suede, woodsy, amber and musky scent in there too. And that I really, really, really like it. And it's not too much. It's a little bit more complex, I think, than some of the other scents I've tried from the house, like Bon Vivant. Arezzo's a little bit stronger, a little bit louder, but I think this one is a little bit more complex. I think it has more notes, so it may be a bit challenging for some, but if you're a younger guy and you have an affinity for the classics like myself, I think you'll really enjoy it. If you're someone who's older and you want a more mature scent, a scent that would remind you of Old Money, this is a great one to buy. So I really like what they did there. It's definitely a testament of the quality of notes, the time they put into it. I think, it hits on performance, the scent. As it dries down and as it develops, I think that's when it becomes the best. In the beginning, it can be a little bit much, but again, it's just there's a lot coming at you. But once it's been on for a few minutes, that's when you really start to notice the fact that it's a complex but really classy type of fragrance, and it's one that I really enjoy, and it'll last long, and it's well worth it if you're looking to pick something up and you enjoy the fragrances from this house. Okay, guys, and I just wanted to say a final few words again. Congratulations to Dan and the Naughton Wilson team on another successful fragrance launch. Thanks so much for sending this to me. It was a pleasure and an honor to be able to review it. I always love the stuff that you come up with. I think it's unapologetically you. You have a vision, and you put your mind to it, and there you go. You succeeded and created it. So anyone that shares the style of fragrances that you like, I know we have a lot of similar taste. I think they would really enjoy Old Money. I go to his website, go to his Instagram. I'm sure you can find it if you're interested in purchasing it. This is, again, it's just nice to see that the art of fragrance that you're creating, and it's like distinct to somebody that I actually communicate with, that I've watched the videos. It's really cool. I'm really happy to have been able to review it again. Thank you so much. And guys, thanks so much for hanging out with me today, for watching this video. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't done so. Check out the Instagram page and check out the link to my Mercari page in the description below. Again, thanks for watching the video with me, and I will see you all in the next one. Take care.